And these discussion boards are one of the biggest farces that has ever been portrayed in all of education because they're absolutely meaningless nonsense. They're called discussion boards because they're intended to mimic what an actual classroom discussion would be, where, oh, a student has an idea and then another student gets on and responds with an idea. And so it's all done through typing and it's done in these little boxes. And so as teachers, we have to kind of do some form of assessment because we're like, well, I need to make you talk in class, and this is the only way to do that because it's all asynchronous and you're just sitting behind a screen and you're typing. You're not actually speaking to anybody. So how do I assess this? How do I make this part of the grade portion of the class? And so, like many teachers, she says these are 300-word responses. And so, again, anyone who's done this for any length of time and any student who goes through this, they don't care about the responses. They don't even care about contributing to these. Okay, like any situation, there's always like 5 or 10% who actually care about stuff, but everyone else doesn't. They're just doing this to get through it. So what students do is, one, they'll cheat, as this story is about to unfold, we'll share with you, or they just ramble for 300 words because they're like, well, I have to say this amount in the box, so that's just what I'll write. And so it becomes just like, I'm here contributing and I agree with everything the class is saying and I find this all really interesting. It's like it's the most banal stuff you've ever heard. And as she says, these posts are informal, so the kids really don't care about it. They don't care about how they sound or the writing technique of it, punctuation, spelling, any of that stuff. It's just all gobbledygook. And so many teachers try to enforce some sort of standard to it, where it's like it has to follow, certain formatting, it has to be written grammatically correct and all that stuff. But again, students don't actually care about it. They're just doing it to check a box because that's what you make them do. So it's not about sitting in a room and someone says something interesting and another kid goes, ooh, I have a comment to that. Let me share. And then the teacher kind of guides it and says, what do you think? Let's talk about that new idea. None of that happens in these discussion boards. It's just a kid posts a response. I thought this was interesting, blah, 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 blah. And then other kids, yeah, great point. I thought it was interesting too. And like, it just goes on like that. It's completely pointless. No one learns anything from these. None of this is worthwhile. And it's why online education is radically inferior to in-person education. Students are forced to participate in real time, this asynchronous nonsense. It's way better. The online discussion board forums are an abomination. And it's crazy that we still think this is a good idea. It's just not.